Which of the following metrics on the business impact of testing do you track and report on? Testing is often looked down upon and viewed as a nuisance or an impediment to speed and innovation. We want to change this mentality, and the only way to change it is to show the value of testing. This requires that you track and report on metrics that show the business impact on what testing brings to the table, like cost savings, speed to market, and risk reduction. So let's look first at cost savings. A report showing that 50% of your test suite is currently automated may be good for you to track, but it doesn't tell how that impacts the business. But if the 50% automated tests ran every night and the same tests would have required 5 testers to manually spend 10 hours to execute, then you have saved 50 person-hours of effort every day. And this translates to about 1,000 hours a month, and the average hourly rate of a manual tester is about $50 an hour. And then this effort savings is equivalent to $50,000 cost savings. Another good metric to track and report on is speed to market. Although testing doesn't often directly dictate a product's release date, as that is typically defined by the product manager, testing can definitely delay a release. Therefore, it is important to show how improving your testing practice through test automation or enforcing unit testing or any other of the changes you wish to make reduces or eliminates those delays. For example, instead of simply reporting that you have achieved 50% automation rate, you can report on how the 50% automation rate had reduced your testing cycle from 1 to 2 weeks to a consistent 1-day cycle. And this reduction not only allowed developers to add much more features in each release because testing cycles were reduced, but it also reduced the number of delayed releases because the testing cycles are more consistent. And finally, reducing the risk of potential failures in the product through the number of defects prevented will show that without testing, these defects would have harmed the company's reputation or costed the company a lot of money. In fact, you can put a dollar amount on each defect prevented using industry standard numbers on the cost of defects based on the severity of the defect and the stage in which the defect is found from development to production. And by reporting metrics that impact the business, it makes future conversations with executives around increasing budgets much easier. If you're able to show that you have saved the company $500,000 last month, well, then it's much easier to make the case for investing an additional $100,000 of resources or tools to help increase these savings.